A rusty light blue CMK 12.5-ton crane spewed diesel smoke out into the Sevastopol sky. The smoke blended into the thick fog shrouding the port city as dawn approached. The sun would burn off the fog by 6, but now at 4:30 a.m., it hid the port well enough to obscure any possible observation from satellites overhead or Ukrainian patrol boats. The operator of the crane sat in the cab and smoked a cigarette as he maneuvered the boom. He swept it above a flatbed semi-truck. The truck was parked on a concrete pier sticking out into the ocean. He stopped the boom when the hook and ball were above a brown-skinned man named Almeida. He was tall, with a thin, sinister-looking mustache, a beak-like nose, and long black hair. He was shirtless. His chest, shoulders, and torso were thick with muscles. He was standing near the back of the flatbed, next to a wooden crate. The crate was 4 feet tall, 8 feet long, and wrapped in thick steel cables, drawn around to a thick steel padlock on top.
"Lower!"
yelled Almeida to the crane operator.
"1 foot! Hurry!"
Moored alongside the pier was a fishing boat, a 211-foot vessel built for use in deep ocean all over the world. The ship had been in dry dock for several years before its current owner purchased it, in cash, just a week ago. Cyrillic letters spread across the bow. Roughly translated, they meant lonely fisherman. The ship was black, old, and ugly, with long streaks of rust and slash marks along the hull, earned over decades. A half-dozen men stood on the deck. They were young, all in their early 20s. There was not a smile to be seen among them. Their eyes scanned the dirt road behind the pier, the small area of visible waterfront, and the foggy sky, looking for any unexpected visitors. The hook and ball were lowered down next to Almeida. He grabbed the hook and moved it to the top of the crate. He latched it to a steel ring at the center of the large container. Slowly, the crate was lifted into the air. The crane boom creaked as the object stressed rusted bolts and pulleys. The crane operator swung the crate gingerly through the air toward the deck of the ship. Once the boom was above the center of the deck, he lowered the crate until it came to rest. One of the men unhooked it. A distant noise interrupted the low din of the crane. Every man turned. A brown cloud of dust and dirt accompanied the sound of a car engine. It was a dull blue Porsche 911 4S. 2 of the men on the deck of the ship lifted submachine guns reflexively into the air, training them at the approaching vehicle.
"Put the guns down!"
yelled Almeida angrily. The Porsche stopped at the end of the pier. The driver's door opened and a man stepped out. He was joined by an older man in his 70s with gray hair and glasses who carried a steel briefcase. Almeida jumped down from the flatbed to greet the visitors. As he walked, he looked at the 6 men aboard the ship.
"Get ready to cast off!"
Almeida barked.
"Tarp the crate! Now! Fakir, come with me!"
One of the men jumped off the boat and walked with Almeida toward the visitors.
"Cloud,"
Almeida said as he stepped toward the parking area to greet him. Cloud was wearing black jeans and a leather jacket. He had on white-framed sunglasses. His afro of blonde curls stuck up in an unruly pattern. In his right hand was a small duffel bag. Almeida put his hand out as Cloud approached, but Cloud made no effort to return the gesture.
"Is it ready?"
asked Cloud with urgency in his voice.
"Yes,"
said Almeida.
"They will push off within the hour. This is the captain, Fakir."
Cloud scanned the other man.
"How old are you?"
asked Cloud.
27,
said Fakir.
"And you are capable?"
"I have made 6 transatlantic crossings in my life," said Fakir. "Yes, I believe..."